All right. Welcome everyone to game week 1 of ZQL season 3. So this is match number 52. We have Sarthak on seat 1, Alagar on seat 2, Raktim on seat 3, P Rajesh on seat 4. So I think everybody here is already familiar with the rules, but for clarity's sake, please keep your hands visible on screen at all time and do not discuss any of the questions until the game week. That being said, let's begin. Sarthak, direct number 1 coming to you. I'll read the question, 30 seconds. I'll give you a prompt at 10. In her 2019 series titled Leaking Lines, Reena Kalat depicts dense borders and fortifications to appear like charred fissures on the surface of paper. Identify this 2,900-kilometer demarcation line, which was drawn by an ill-informed British lawyer over a period of 5 weeks. It led to a violent partition of 4,500 square kilometers of territory with 88 million people.
The Ratcliffe line.
This is the Radcliffe line. And Sarthak's next direct. Which mathematician lends his name to the title of this work by Leonard Londino? He wrote one of the most widely read texts of all time, a series of 13 rolls of parchment composed in Alexandria. This treatise, fundamental to our understanding of a particular field, is estimated to be second only to the Bible in number of editions published since the advent of the printing press.
This is Euclid.
Euclid is correct. In Euclid's window, and the book we were referring to was The Elements. And Alagar, your direct now. Want to start there for Sarthak? How to Become a Tyrant is a Netflix original docuseries that lays out a playbook to rule over a nation with an iron fist. The first step in the playbook is titled Seize Power. Who was the featured tyrant in this episode? This former GW1 soldier turned chancellor seized power through the passing of the Gesetz zur Behenbung der Notwohnbrot Unreich law to remedy the distress of people and country in 1933, through which he could pass laws without the involvement of the parliament.
Hitler.
That is correct. And your next one, Alagar. This musical parodies a classic sitcom, 1987 to 1995, that follows the lives of the Tanner family. The show's packed storyline continued with the 2016 sequel series that saw a 5-season run. Which TV series inspired this musical, featuring tracks like Everywhere You Look?
Go.
Ten seconds.
Pass.
Yep.
Pass.
Only
No.
5 seconds.
I'll pass.
Rajesh?
Pass.
Sarthak?
Pass.
First
Hey, it's not
Okay.
This is not the Fuller House.
It's Full House. I would have
Full House.
probably said.
Should have just.
That was the sequel. Okay. Raktim's directs now. These natural structures are mainly comprised of the Anthozoa subphylum that get separated from the mainland by large lagoons over time. What are these that might cause significant blockage to surface navigation at their shallowest points? Ten seconds.
Boulder.
Not a boulder. Rajesh,
Coral reefs.
I'll prompt you.
Coral islands.
No. Sarthak?
I'll pass.
Algar?
Pass.
Okay, I maybe perhaps should have mentioned this at the start. All italics generally has some kind of clue to help you
Yeah.
arrive.
Yeah. No, that's
Barrier reef was the exact answer we were looking for.
Nice.
right.
Nice. Okay.
Right. Raktim, here's your next. Identify this South American dance, which fittingly took two countries to submit a joint proposal to get included in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. Influences from Europe, Africa, and the local Criollo people.
Tango.
That's correct. Takes two to tango. It's included in the list for both Argentina and Uruguay. All right, Rajesh, here are your directs now. In June 2021, this shot putter, visual, broke Randy Barnes' 31-year-old world record with a distance of 23.37 meters. Performance shortly followed an iconic final at the Tokyo Olympics against fellow American Joe Kovac and New Zealander Tom Walsh. Nearly every throw breaking the Olympic record. Identify him.
Pass.
Quick pass. Sarthak.
Pass.
Alagar.
Not able to remember. Is the pass. Sorry.
Pass.
That his name is Ryan Krauser, holding the world record shot put. And your next one, Rajesh. Which epoch lasted for the first 10 minutes to the power 43 seconds after the Big Bang and is characterized by quantum effects of gravity? It gets its name from a measurement scale where the predictions of the standard model quantum field theory and general relativity did not apply. The scale, in turn, is named after a German physicist whose discovery of energy quanta won him the Nobel Prize.
Planck.
That's correct. Planck epoch. Okay, so round one done, everyone off the board. Nothing really to differentiate. Sarthak, your first direct for round two. Which 19th century leader of the Native American Sauk people is this utility helicopter manufactured by Sikorsky named after? Widely used in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan, it is also the titular subject of a 2001 Ridley Scott film.
Is this Geronimo?
Not Geronimo.
Apache.
Apache. Raktim.
I'll pass.
Rajesh.
Chinook.
Not Chinook. Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll hear a lot of variations of those as we go along, but you should have focused on the last line. That will help you. This is Black Hawk.
Oh,
Black Hawk.
right, of course.
Oh, okay.
Sarthak, your next direct. Biblical scholarship suggests that the Temple of Solomon was built by a contingent of workers from the Phoenician metropolis of Tyre. The primary material involved in construction was ferried from their homeland to nearby Jerusalem. Even today, this symbol stands resolute, representing a nation as well as an uprising triggered by an assassination by the Hezbollah. What is the symbol firmly rooted in this region's cultural landscape? 10 seconds.
Is this the cedar tree on the flag of Lebanon?
That is correct. So this is the cedar tree. It has biblical origins. Right, Alagarsamy, your next direct. Which former NBA player was a minority owner of the Sacramento Kings from 2013 to 2021? Fans pointed out that this wasn't the first time he owned the Kings, referring to his dominant performances against the Kings during his playing days. This big fella's venture into NBA ownership didn't surprise many, considering his plethora of business interests and endorsement of over 20 brands.
Okay, during his playing days. Okay. So I have two guesses, but I think I'll go with Shaquille O'Neal.
And you are correct.
Otherwise, I was thinking of LeBron James, but okay.
Still playing. So, Gallagher, here's your next one. The titular protagonist of Shehan Coronatelicus, The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida, which won the 2022 Booker Prize, is a photographer. According to him, people across the world did not know the full extent of the horrors of Sri Lanka's civil war. To ensure they took notice, he aimed to click a photo similar to the blank 6,4, did the same for another nation in the 1970s. Fill in the blanks.
Afghan girl.
The Afghan girl.
I'll guess the Nipam girl.
The Nepam girl is correct. Afghan girl was a bit later. And good steal, Raktim. We move on to your directs. According to Euclid's window, what sequence of real numbers did Pythagoras arrive at after investigating the tone of various hammers pounding on a heavy anvil? The reciprocals of the numbers in this sequence remain in arithmetic progression. It is often considered the first example of the physical world phrased in mathematical terms. Ten seconds.
No idea. Pass. I think.
Sarthak.
With prime.
Sorry?
Prime number. I'll go with prime numbers.
Not prime numbers. Alagar?
Is it Fibonacci series?
Not the Fibonacci series. Rajesh?
I know the abbreviation. I don't know the expansion. Is that acceptable? It's an HP.
You don't know what HP stands for?
I've forgotten the H.
What does the P stand for at least?
Progression.
I know. Damn it.
To venture a guess what the H might be?
Okay.
Arithmetic, geometric, and then I don't know. Hypernomial.
I'll give it to you.
Harmonic.
Yeah,
Harmonics. Yeah.
Give that to you.
Yes. Age.
Since the concept you explained and I knew you knew it and maybe you were having a brain fit. Raktim, here's your next one. The second episode in How to Become a Tyrant's playbook is titled Crush Your Rivals. Who was the featured tyrant in this episode? In the late 1960s, he forced his predecessor, General Ahmad Hassan al-Bakr, to retire under threat of execution. Other Mausa powers included assassinations of political rivals, bribing of party members, and mass imprisonment of dissidents. He was sentenced to death in 2006 for his role in the 1982 Jain massacre.
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. Rajesh, your directs now. In the past, Disney followed a pattern that was a mainstay in Western culture, that of portraying LGBT people as villains and monsters, or vice versa. Its 1953 movie portrayed this character that you see in the visual as someone with great taste and made fun of constantly. Dressed in bright pink, he sports a comically large feather in his oversized pirate's hat.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is correct. Your next direct. This 890-kilometer demarcation line, as depicted by Rina Khaled, It is named after Foreign Secretary of British India, who served as the chief British negotiator of the 1914 Simla Accord. The People's Republic of China does not recognize the line and therefore disputes India's sovereignty over Arunachal Pradesh.
The McMahon line?
Sorry?
The McMahon line?
Yeah, the McMahon right is correct. And round 3, Sarthak, your lyrics. This musical is based on a TV series that has been on air since 1999. The show, in turn, is based on the Intertidal Zone, an unpublished educational comic book for children to learn about life on the ocean floor. Which TV series inspired this musical, featuring tracks like Super Seas, Star Savior?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's correct. And the next one. Which cocktail is made by layering a dark beer, such as Guinness, on top of a light beer, such as Bass Ale? It is known as half and half in Ireland, as the more popular name reminds the British of these colorful individuals that you see on the visual on the right, who had a controversial stint in their country.
The British peacekeeping forces.
Not quite. Raktim?
Black and tan.
Black and tan is correct. So they were named for the uniforms that they wore. They were the Irish Constabulary Force there during the insurrection. Alagar, here are your directions. Which epoch over a time of the order 10 is to the power 43 seconds to 10 is to the power 36 seconds are 3 of the 4 fundamental interactions. Electromagnetism, the strong and the weak, being expressed together as electronuclear force. It has its name with the model in particle physics, in which at high energies, the 3 gauge interactions of the standard model are merged into a single force. Ten seconds.
Something like unified epoch or something.
That is acceptable. It's the unified theory or grand unified. Unified is fine. Next one to you, Oliver. The Robbins family of Reading, Ohio, love playing Crazy Eights. Game with the objective is to exhaust all cards. A disagreement over the rules led Merle Robbins to devise a new game in 1970. It was an instant hit and has seen sales of over 150 million sales. What card game is this? Where you need to declare the name of the game every time you're left with a single card.
I know this. Okay. Oh, this is Uno, UNO.
Uno is correct. And Raktim, your direct now. Which billionaire entrepreneur is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks? Known for his appearance on a popular TV show, This Big Fish made a lot of his money in Silicon Valley when Yahoo bought Broadcast.com. In 2022, he launched Cost Plus Drugs with the aim of lowering generic drug prices for consumers in the US.
Mark Cuban.
That's correct. Big Fish referencing to his role on Shark Tank. Your next one, Doctor. The Ark of the Bulrushes, the tiny vessel which became infant Moses' lifeboat in the Bible, had been fashioned from a plant that grew aplenty in the Nile Delta and so was used by Egyptians for numerous purposes, including to make ropes, sandals, and baskets. However, the most crucial of these utilized its ability to absorb and retain ink, roll up, but not tear apart. What was this plant?
Reed.
Not quite. Sarthak?
Pass.
Is it mine?
Yeah,
Papyrus.
papyrus is correct. And Rajesh, here are your directs. What five-stringed musical instrument, 6 letters, features in this Johannes Vermeer painting titled The Blank Player? This instrument of Spanish origin was cheaper than the lute and slowly finding acceptance as a solo classical instrument, and Vermeer painted it in 1676. Modern versions of the instrument are ubiquitous, have a wider body and longer neck, and feature a prominent hole instead of the layers of paper as seen in the painting.
Guitar.
As simple as that. Yeah. One. Identify this Brazilian martial art that has elements of dance, spirituality, and music. Players form a circle at the center of which two engage with one another as the other players around the circle sing, chant, clap, and play percussive instruments. It is included in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List.
Parkour.
Not parkour.
Can't remember the name. Pass.
Capoeira?
Capoeira is
Ah,
okay. Round 4. Sarthak, your direction. Which epoch, over a time of the order 10 to the power 36 to 10 to the power 32 seconds, saw an extremely rapid exponential expansion of the universe, increasing the linear dimensions of the whole universe by a factor of at least 10 to the power 26, and its volume by a factor of at least 10 to the power 78. Shares its name with the term in economics used to describe a similar situation, increase in costs over a short span of time.
There's inflation.
Inflation epoch. Correct. One. In The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida, the titular protagonist's lover, Dylan Dharmendran, attempts to solve his murder in a big city. Dylan is asked if he's trying to mimic a famous fictional investigator and thus is given the nickname Detective Bank, 7 letters. What nickname? A homophone of the fictional investigator's name. And seconds.
I'll go with the Sherlock.
Not Sherlock. Alagar.
Oh, sorry. Pass.
Raktim.
Yes.
Pass.
pass.
The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida was written by Sri Lankan, if that helps.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who did. Anyhow.
Abidulla is it? Not me.
Colombo, the
Colombo.
detective.
Oh, that very fun.
Right.
Mm,
Here is your lyrics. Which group of Native American people in this 1950s heavy lift helicopter of the US Army named after? They also lend their name to a desert in southwestern United States.
It's mine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Navajo.
Are you saying Navajo? And
Yeah. Navajo. Yeah.
Is it Chinook?
Not Chinook. Raktim.
Pass.
Rajesh.
pass.
This is the Mojave.
Oh, okay.
Now I don't know.
Alagar. Here's your next one. The blank key, 9 letters, is a layered shot made using creme de menthe and amarula to invoke the appearance of a national team's jersey. Name references the nickname which in turn is derived from the country's national anthem. Fill in the blanks. 10 seconds.
This is Springboks.
That is correct. It's called the Springboky because it's meant to look like the Springbok. See? Raktim, your direction now. Identify this 1400-kilometer demarcation line depicted by Rina Khalid. It was proposed as a border between the Second Polish Republic and the Soviet Union following WW1. Proposer was no stranger to dividing territories, having orchestrated the partition of Bengal during his role as the Viceroy of India between 1899 and 1905.
Curzon line.
That is correct. It's called the Curzon line. There's a Curzon line between in the Soviet Republic.
Yeah.
And Raktim, your next direct. This musical is based on a young adult TV franchise that is based in a city that is home to many celebrities, luxury hotels, and surrounded by the cities of Los Angeles and West Hollywood. Which TV franchise inspired this musical featuring tracks like Will Torrey, Spelling Graduate?
Between two.
10 seconds.
I'll say Glee.
Not Glee. Stuck.
Is this 90210?
You'll grudgingly accept that. It's Beverly Hills 90210, but yes, that's right. And Rajesh, here are your picks now. The third step in the How to Become a Tyrant playbook is titled Reign of Terror. Who was the featured tyrant in this episode? He was a former decorated member of the King's African Rifles, a military unit that quelled revolutions across the continent for the British. His 8-year reign saw the death of over 300,000 locals, including a propaganda campaign that saw several Asians, mostly Indians, expelled from his country.
Idi Amin.
That's correct. And the next one. When ocean currents transport loose sediments across the surface of a coral reef to where the current slows or converges with another current, groups of small sandy islands are created. What are these islands called, deriving from the Taino word for island? They're found in abundance in the southeasternmost part of the continental USA.
Atoll.
Not at all.
Pass.
Alagar?
Everglades.
Not Everglades. Raktim?
I was thinking Atoll. No, I'll pass.
So Alagar had the right part of the US,
Yeah.
Florida, but it's the Keys.
Oh.
Florida.
Okay, halfway stage 6676, Raktim with a 1-point lead, hardly anything to separate anybody. Let's start off right away. Sarthak, only 2 individuals have an officially recorded distance of over 86 meters in the hammer throw event. Sergei Litvinov and this athlete that you see in the visual. The technique of spinning 3 times instead of the usual 4 is believed to be the secret of his 86.74 meter throw at the 1986 European Championships. Identify him.
I'll go with Muller.
Not Muller. Raktim.
Pass.
Rajesh.
Pass.
Alagar.
Pass.
Okay, let's see how this squad is going to go. This is Yuri Sidik
Russian, yeah.
and Sarthak. Here is your next direct. Which rapper was a minority owner of the New Jersey Nets from 2004 to 2013 and was appropriately made the face of the team when the franchise moved to Brooklyn in 2012? Though he sold his stake in the team in 2013, he has often appeared courtside with his equally famous wife. Through his entertainment agency Rock Nation, he launched the careers of several now prominent musicians.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is correct. Alagar, your next now.
Oh,
The Torah commands that the pilgrimage festival of Sukkot be celebrated by ceremonially tying together the branches of three plants. One of the three is an evergreen fragrant shrub, which in biblical ecology is much inclined to grow along waterways. This association with water makes it rather apt that an author used its name for a melancholic character, much prone to crying, who was murdered in a bathroom. Which plant is this all about?
okay.
10 seconds.
Okay. Next,
Didn't answer now, Alagar.
pass.
Myrtle.
That is correct. The character we were referring is Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter. No idea. Absolutely. Okay.
One,
That's all.
identify this 2,670 kilometer demarcation line as depicted by Reena Kalat. It was established towards the close of the Great Game by a British diplomat of the Indian Civil Service along with the Emir Abdur Rahman Khan. While its western end runs until the border with Iran, its eastern end is at the border with China.
Duran line.
The Duran line is correct. Raktim, your direct now. Who, 3,6, is this layered shot made using grenadine, Galliano, or banana liquor and creme de menthe? A rudimentary Google search for the blank shot will yield results for a 1970s assassination attempt instead of the drink.
Bob Marley.
That is correct. Google Bob Marley shot. You will not get this. You will get his assassination attempt. Okay, your next one.
What was the answer, by the way? Sorry.
Bob
I
Marley.
never- Huh?
Bob Marley.
Okay.
In Vermeer's The Art of Painting, a lady is seen holding a Baroque precursor to what modern instrument? It is apt that this instrument features in a painting where Vermeer chose to do all the talking. He proudly displayed it in his studio with an intent to show off his artistic prowess to visitors. One of the major 20th century exponents of this instrument is a musician who played it in albums like Kind of Blue and Milestones.
Can you zoom in slightly?
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll guess saxophone. That's not right.
Not the saxophone, Rajesh.
No.
Sorry?
Pass.
Pass.
This is a trumpet.
Trumpet is correct. So to do all the talking, blow your own trumpet was the phrase you were trying to get you there. And the artist is Miles Davis. And Rajesh, you're next. This is a musical based on a series that had its first television adaptation in 1964. And that been adapted for the screen several times since then, the latest coming to Netflix in late November of 2020. Which TV series inspired this musical featuring tracks like Move Towards Down?
The Adams Family.
That is correct. The latest series being Wednesday, set to release later in November. And your next one. Which Native American Confederacy, also known as the Six Nations in northeastern North America, is this utility helicopter of the US military named after? First used in combat during the Vietnam War, this helicopter manufactured by Bell is also nicknamed Huey after its designation head.
Apache.
Not the Apache. Sarthak.
I'll go again the Chinook.
Not Chinook. Alagar.
Yes, Sioux Indians.
Sorry?
Sioux, S-I.
Sioux. Right. Got it. Not Sioux. Raktim.
Is it Cherokee?
Not Cherokee.
So all the tribes.
This is the Iroquois. Okay. Round 6. Sarthak, your direction. Identify this Peruvian ritual dance performed by the Quechans around the main phases of the agricultural calendar. Traditionally known as Danza de Tijeras, it involves dancers who wield polished iron blades against each other. The periodic clashing action of the blades is reminiscent of a common household object, which gives the dance its name.
Scissor dance.
That is correct. It's called the scissors dance. So basically, they hit blades together at an angle and they like scissors with it.
Yeah.
Next one, Sarthak. An Uno deck has number cards, action cards, and what other variety of cards. Players can use these to pull savage moves like changing colors or forcing others to draw multiple cards. These cards can cause a bit of an upset, much like Goran Ivanovic at Wimbledon 2001.
These are one of the trump cards.
Not trump cards. Rajesh,
Penalty.
not penalty. Alagar,
Pass.
Raktim.
Wild cards.
Wild card is correct.
Oh,
Goran
oh,
Ivanovic
oh,
was the
oh, oh.
wild card winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought a wild card was like one variety of card, but draw two and draw four are also considered wild cards.
There's wild card plus 4. No?
Plus, yeah.
Okay.
And Alagar, your direct. Satellite pictures of coral reefs often show bright circular areas surrounding the reefs. They are mainly formed due to lack of vegetation caused by heavy grazing. What word is used to refer to these areas? It shares its name with a media franchise owned by Microsoft.
Mm.
Alagar, it's your direct.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Slate.
Slate. Rajesh.
Pass.
Sarthak.
Pass.
Tim.
I'll guess Corbis.
Not Corpus.
Damn it.
This is Halo. If you look at it, it looks like a halo around the thing. And of course, the Halo game franchise. Alagar, your next direct. Which 2017 Disney movie portrays LeFou dressed in a shade of hot pink as having the hearts for the primary antagonist, Gaston? In the original 1991 animated feature, this character isn't gay and is merely a sidekick to Gaston. Film critic Michael Musto wrote at Out magazine that making LeFou queer plays into the stereotype that the gay guy always lusts for hetero sluts.
Les Miserables.
Not Les Miserables. Rajesh?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Raktim, your direct now. Czech dominate the world records in the javelin throw event. Barbara Spotakova holds the world record in the women's event, while this individual holds the men's. In 1996, he set his still standing record of 98.48 meters, only being remotely threatened by Johannes Vettel's 97.76 meters in 2020. Identify him.
Jan.
Prompt.
Oh damn. Nothing. I don't have anything. Pass.
Rajesh.
Pass.
Sarthak.
This is Kovac.
Not Kovac.
This is Jan Zelezny.
Zelezny is the surname.
This is actually new.
Jan is the first name. Raktim, here's the next one. In The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida, the titular protagonist's soul wanted to rescue the negatives of the photographs he had clicked while alive. He says they'll disappear like tears in the rain if he didn't do this. Which 1982 film is he referencing?
Good catch.
Ten seconds.
It's a Blade Runner.
That is correct. This is the final sequence of Blade Runner that appears in the sequence. Rajesh, here are your lyrics. Exodus informs us that the hems of priestly vestments were decorated with stylized depictions of this metaphor for the richness of the promised land of Israel. In this tempera on wood by Botticelli, he depicts a baby Jesus grasping the same fruit. Rich color and various chambers painted to resemble the anatomy of the heart and the many seeds within the symbolic of Jesus' resurrection. What is this fruit?
The pomegranate.
That is correct. Next one to you. This layered cocktail made using blue curacao, blue raspberry vodka, and red absinthe is not a member of the class Avis. It's not a mechanical flying machine, but is which character of extraterrestrial?
Superman.
Not a bird, it's not a plane, it's Superman. All right, during round 7, things still very close. Sarthak, Rajesh. Bucky and Pronk are the neighbors of Rabbit Cop, Jody Hopps, in which 2016 Disney movie. When Jody first meets them, Bucky, a kudu, responds, "Yeah, well loud. Don't expect us to apologize for it." The film takes place in the titular city, one where anthropomorphic animals coexist.
Nairobi.
Not Nairobi. I'll pass
Pass.
you.
I pass.
I'm going to have to pass you.
Pass.
Raktim.
Pass.
The film called Zootopia.
Oh, Zootopia only.
Oh.
I thought Zootopia.
Sarthak, you're next, direct.
Shit.
The formation of what geographical structures was first explained by Charles Darwin using the subsidence model that you see visually. He coined the term for it in the Dehehi language spoken in regions such as Maldives and Lakshadweep, which have an abundance of these formations. 10 seconds.
What's the order, Abid?
Atolls.
This is the atolls. Okay, Alagar, your directs now. According to Euclid's window, the Egyptians utilized a person called a harpedonopter, literally a rope stretcher for surveying. The harpedonopter employed 3 slaves who stretched a rope taut to form triangles as needed. What geometric term came into being through this process? In Greek, it referred to a line that stretched under.
Trigonometry.
Not trigonometry. Rajesh? I'm going to have to pass you.
Pass.
Sorry. Sarthak?
Pass.
Raktim?
Hypotenuse?
Hypotenuse.
Okay.
Correct. Under is hypo. Triangles.
Good one. Good one.
Alagar, your next one. Which instrument makes a partial appearance in Vermeer's Girl with the Flute? Part of the larger flute family, but differs from it on 2 counts. Held between the lips by a fipple mouthpiece and is played vertically in front of the body. While Vivaldi, Bach, Handel, etc. have written parts for this instrument, these were also played by minstrels as they recited poems and songs recalled from memory.
Flute.
10 seconds.
I know it's wrong. Harmonica. It's wrong. Yeah.
Rajesh?
The clarinet?
Not the clarinet.
Pass.
Raktim?
Pass.
This is called a recorder.
Oh,
Okay. No idea. First time.
Alright. Raktim, your next. Which epoch over time of the order 10 is about 6 to 1 second is characterized by quarks binding to form the eponymous complex subatomic particle class that is characterized into 2 broad families, baryons and mesons. It means stout or thick in ancient Greek and lends its name to an advanced machine in Western Europe that uses proton and heavy ion beams.
hadron.
Hadron epoch is correct. One. Which game, published by Mattel as a sequel to Uno, allows one to play 2 cards at a time, and the climatic moment is reached when the player is left with a pair of cards.
Duo.
Not Duo. Rajesh?
Pass.
Sarthak?
This is DOS. DOS.
Dos is correct. Uno Spanish. So
Yeah,
Oh,
boss.
one.
And Rajesh, here are your directs. Which tech billionaire bought the Portland Trail Blazers in 1988? While owned by him, the Blazers finished second in 2 NBA finals. Fitting, considering that he's the relatively lesser known in a duo. This soft-spoken billionaire, his daughter, Judy, has run the team since his death in 2018.
Paul Allen.
Paul Allen, that's correct. Rough mic. Now, your last one. The 7 Moons of Mali Almeida, a British official named Johnny Gilhooly, is revealed to have a secret tattoo just above his elbow. The tattoo is of the highest valued playing card in a standard deck, and he explained it is good to have and blank, 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 3, 2, 4, 6. What does he say? Slight variations of the face are accepted.
Ace up one sleeve.
That is correct. Ace up one sleeve. Okay, round 8 before we start. We have Raktim with slight lead on 13, Rajesh at 12, Sarthak at 11, Alagar at 8. All 4 players in the chance to score points today. But remember, only the outright winner will get a single solo win point. Sarthak, you're the expert. The 4th step in how to become a tyrant's playbook is titled Control the Truth. Who was the featured tyrant in this episode? 1931 caused the Holodomor, to kill by starvation, one of the most devastating man-made famines in history. His censorship campaigns kept this atrocity under wraps for several decades and went largely unnoticed. Recent geopolitical events have brought this to the limelight once again.
Joseph Stalin.
Joseph Stalin is correct. This is a man-made famine he caused in the Ukraine. Millions died. And the next one. Vermeer's The Music Lesson features what box-shaped keyboard instrument popular in the Baroque period but now seldom used. These featured rich decorations prominently on the upright soundboard that could be painted upon. The instrument is believed to have gotten its popular name either because young women would often play these or that they sounded like a maiden's voice. It can be seen in 2 other Vermeer paintings. $10.
Piano.
No? Other?
Pass.
Rajesh?
Harpsichord.
Not a harpsichord. Raktim?
Virginal.
Virginal is correct
Oh,
because young women would play it or sounded like a maiden's voice. So virginal. And your next one, Alagar. Oh, Alagar's next now, sorry, my mistake. 1986, this discus thrower that you see, the visual set one of the longest standing world records in men's track and field. Managing a mark of 74.08 meters, he won a gold at the 1988 Seoul Olympics representing East Germany and silver at the 1992 Olympics representing Germany. Identify him.
So Gunther.
Not Rajesh.
pass.
Sarthak.
Pass.
Raktim.
Pass.
This guy's name is Jürgen Schult. Your next correct. Identify this South American musical style played with drums, maracas, and the eponymous instrument, a palm wood xylophone with bamboo tube resonators. It is included in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List for Colombia and Ecuador, where it is performed alongside chanted stories and poems at her rituals as a celebration of life.
Marimba.
Marimba is correct. Raktim, last 2 directs of the quiz. Which group of indigenous people of the Pacific Northwest of the US is this transport helicopter named after? Among the heaviest lifting helicopters in the world, its first mission saw the placement and maintenance of artillery batteries in perilous Vietnam mountain positions inaccessible by any other means.
I'll guess Chinook.
You picked the right one. That is correct.
Finally.
And your next one. King Candy is the chief antagonist of which 2012 Disney movie? A homage to classic video games. Outfitted in bright purple, a big pink bow, and a doily for a laugh, King Candy is a character that performs exaggerated gestures. This movie's titular protagonist is a gigantic but soft-hearted man who's the villain of the fictional arcade game Fix-It Felix Jr. Ten seconds.
Nothing. Pass.
Alagar?
Pass.
Rajesh?
Pass.
Pass.
Is Wreck-It Ralph.
Of course.
Okay. Last two questions. Quiz. At the moment, both Rajesh and Sarthak share a win point. Raktim has showed himself as a win. If Alagar gets both, also unfortunately would be, but according to Euclid's window, Egyptians developed fairly reliable, if tortuous, methods of calculating the area of a square, rectangle, and trapezoid. To find the area of which geometrical figure did they approximate it by the square of 8 9 its diameter? Method remarkably produced the value of 256 by 81 for a particular constant, and no was estimated, but off by only 0.6.
Circle and pi.
Circle. That's all we wanted. That's correct. Last question for you. In 2017, Mattel released a variant of Uno with some special symbols printed on the cards. The discrete iconography ensures that the entire deck remains unchanged for the regular players. But which set of people looking at it would easily be able to distinguish?
The colorblind.
And with that, we close the set. That is right. So Raktim finishing on 15, Rajesh finishing on 14, Sarthak finishing on 12, Alagar finishing on. So Raktim gets himself a solo win point, Sarthak and Rajesh will get point each. Good game, everybody. Thanks for playing.